The Virtual Boys have been playing Nintendo since they were little. These many years of experience have made them experts in the field, or at least they think so. Join them this week as they talk about Super Mario Odyssey. You're listening to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things by Nintensity. This podcast is done by four friends that talk about anything and everything Nintendo. Check out the website at nintensity.com and be sure to follow us on social media. Be sure to subscribe and share the show with your friends. Oh, of course, enjoy the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Virtual Boys Podcast, a Nintendo podcast about Nintendo things. This is episode 76. I'm your host, David, and are you trying to scare me with that totally scary costume? And we've got James.
Not that it matters, since you weren't invited.
Along with Skylar.
Gonna fly all the way to the moon in this great, wide, wacky world.
And Jordan.
Wah!
Wah!
Wah? Is that all you can say?
Mario Odyssey quotes, wasn't I?
That's okay. That's a Waluigi quote.
Get with the program, Jordan.
Wah! 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 Anyway, this is our Super Mario Odyssey spoiler cast. So if you have not beaten the game, or if you don't want to get spoiled, or whatever it is, don't listen to this episode. But you can go listen to last week's episode, episode 75, because we did give a spoiler-free review of the game. So I guess you could say that this episode is part 2 to our Super Mario Odyssey review. Before we start talking about the game, though, I just want to remind you to check out our Patreon page. These episodes are going up early as a reward for those that support us, and you can check that out at patreon.com/Nintensity. And of course, if you want to talk about this episode with us, check out our Discord community at nintendo.city/Discord. Let's jump right in. That is 2 weeks in a row I've used that for Super Mario Odyssey. Anyway... well, let's just jump right into their spoiler cast and let's start with the story. What did you guys think? Was it a good Mario story? Was it beyond a typical Mario story, or was it just okay? What do you guys think?
It sucked. It was the worst thing I ever did do. I hated it.
So the story is pretty much the same as every Mario game. Like, Peach gets caught, and Mario has to go save her. But this time it was told in a way that was far different than a lot of the other games.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it's a wedding and Super Paper Mario and all that, but, this time the whole premise is the wedding instead of it just happening at the beginning and then it's done. I really enjoyed that a lot. Bowser looks fine in his suit. It's pretty dapper there.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Bowser just wants to throw a nice wedding, get a nice cake, get a nice dress, Peach just doesn't respect this man. He goes through all of this hardship, fighting Mario, getting everything perfect for this wedding. What's she do? She hates it. She throws the ring back at him. She hates it. Honestly, if anybody...
He did kidnap her.
Yeah, and the ring was twice the size of her body, basically.
You can't tell me a girl wouldn't want a rock that big.
She'll grow into it.
You can't tell me. It'll get her refitted.
A surprise jewel of an entire kingdom, so...
Yeah, that's true.
It can't get much better than that.
Man, you had to fight an ice golem in order to, after it was stolen, it was so precious to that civilization. That was...
Yeah.
It was important.
He went all out, is what I'm trying to say. Good job, Bowser. I like you. And by the way, your new castle, I'm digging it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The Edo? Yeah,
it makes me wonder, is that castle, or that whole kingdom, is that his actual kingdom, or did he just build it new, to, take over that area... in preparation for this wedding? I don't know,
forcing Japanese labor to build his castle.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about this kind of a thing, what happened to the castle that we've seen in past games? I keep thinking about Bowser's castle from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, and then I remember that castle can fly, and the castles in Bowser's Kingdom aren't flying, at least as far as we can tell. It's just they're all spread very far apart. and are solid buildings. So maybe he just moves his castle to whatever land he wants to conquer, but his kingdom is the kingdom in Mario Odyssey.
Maybe. Like, yeah, that's a possibility, because I wasn't sure if, it's always in the Mushroom Kingdom is where Bowser is, or maybe not. I don't know.
It'll be interesting if going forward that they keep this design for his kingdom or for his castle.
Yeah,
I wonder.
I wonder. I think that ties into something else I'll say when we talk about the kingdoms in specifically, but or actually what they can do in the future. I think there's a few things they can do, but going back to the story, I don't think it sucks. Like I said before, I was lying.
Oh, you were lying?
I know.
How dare you?
I tricked you all.
It's a sham.
Mm-hmm, yes, I am a sham. But like Skylar was saying, it's told in a very unique way, in the fact that you're kind of following Bowser as he goes from place to place. Whereas in previous Mario games, it's always kind of been you're trying to get to Bowser's like castle, and he's there permanently.
Yeah.
But this time, like it's like a race to the finish kind of a thing. Although you take your sweet time in getting there, but that's what makes it fun. And yeah, the whole wedding premise and how it ends with that rejection is pretty great. But even before that rejection, with just escaping from the moon and everything that goes on there, and how like the ultimate evil, I guess you could say, is actually like this moon crystal stone thing that we don't understand. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
it was a lot of fun story.
Very cool.
Like the goddess cube stones.
That's
they do
what
look
they
like
are.
that though, and they pretty much act very similar.
They just shoot up into space like normal goddess cubes. I don't know. They're just goddess cubes that fell in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah,
Well, maybe that's where the goddess cubes came from, and Link's just from Hyrule Kingdom.
Oh,
Well, I mean, he does race in the Grand Prix, so I mean, it would make sense.
Well, I think this world, the Mario world now, everything is in the Mario world now. Like, that is Nintendo world. Like,
Yep.
It all comes together.
Super Mario World is all encompassing. Not everything is Zelda world, but all of Zelda is Mario World.
Wasn't Samus or Kirby in Super Mario RPG?
Yeah, they both were. They were. They were high. They were up in one of the inns in one of the towns. Samus was asleep, wasn't she?
I thought it was Link. I thought it was Link who was asleep.
Yeah,
Link's also asleep.
I remember there being
double
Link.
check.
But they must all be in the same universe.
They're pretty much there. They're all in Mario's universe. I mean, there are Mario portraits in Link to the Past and things, so makes sense.
Wow.
And Link has a whole fever dream about Mario, so that's pretty great. And Sonic in Legend of Zelda DX.
So I just looked it up. They're both in the game. Link is in one of the inns, and Samus goes to the Mushroom Kingdom guest room. So she's actually in the castle. But yes, they're both in the game. Anyway,
I wonder if Peach was hiring her to kill someone. I don't.
Perhaps.
Interesting.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
The war continues.
So I had another question for you guys, and this is concerning the story. I'll preface it with this. I've seen a few people online in some places complain about how the Koopalings didn't make an appearance in this game, and instead we got the Broodals. So my question is, instead of just like hating on the Koopalings, what did you guys think about the Broodals? Like how they were brand new to this game? What did you think?
I like the hick one.
Yeah.
The fat one reminds me of Morton.
Yeah.
Morton Koopa.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hick one was pretty great. I wish his music for his boss battle was like way more hickish. Like we needed some like banjo in there and some like twangy like reeds and things. It would be freaking great. But I thought they were pretty cool. I thought the boss fights, since this is a spoiler cast, I don't know if any of you have played like the Moon, Dark Side of the Moon.
No,
I've been inside there. I just haven't quite finished it.
Yeah, I got through it.
Okay, cool. Boss rush. It's like hard version of all of them. So,
I think I would have liked it more if it wasn't on the moon. I don't like the moon physics for boss battles.
Yeah, that's what's been making it hard for me to
see. That's the thing, though. Now you have to do it with moon physics.
Well,
it's like
I'd like for them to be harder. I just want to be able to have good control too.
I mean, the moon has fair control. It's just different.
I don't know. It makes the fights feel slower, and I want fast action, not slow action.
You have to plan out your moves. Like everything's Ganondorf now.
Sure. I don't know. I actually didn't even think it was that hard. I got through on my second try.
Yeah,
nice. Very cool.
It wasn't too bad.
Especially since there's a Captain Toad right before the final boss.
Yeah.
On that boss rush, and if you talk to him, you get the moon and you heal all the way, so you got full health on the final portion.
They did that on purpose. I thought it was funny at the Dark Side of the Moon how they put the 2 hardest bosses first.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 are just piss easy. But that's generally how it went. I was like, man, if I could just get through these first 2, it wasn't too bad. But
I think the toxic guy is the hardest of the brutals.
Really?
Yeah.
You can hit him before he even spews anything.
But he spews everywhere.
But it's
the other ones are easy.
You just sit in the corner.
I guess.
And you can clean it with your hat.
Yeah.
I don't know. The girl's easy. You always hit the bombs as soon as they hit the floor, and then you're fine. You don't have to aim them. You just hit them at any point in time, and eventually you'll get a good shot at her. She never hits you.
Her laugh is so annoying.
To me, the easiest one is the hick one for me.
Yeah.
He's not that hard either. The hat one, you can go through him really, really fast. I don't know. The brutals in general aren't very difficult.
No.
Yeah, no.
I think I would have preferred a boss rush with the real bosses in the game.
Oh man, that would have killed me. But
I think it's fine. They serve their purpose.
And then on top of that, so the final one is in the Dark Side of the Moon. And since it's a spoiler cast, I guess I'll just say it. Sorry, David.
That's okay.
The final boss is a revisit to the mech fight, but instead of fighting with the bird, they give you a hammer bro, which just makes it easier. It does, but it's so much fun. I love pounding them to pieces. It was great. Yeah, I feel like it was like a reward for getting to that point. Mm-hmm. You finally get that opportunity. Less is like a challenge, I guess, for that final boss, but more like a reward. Like, here you go, okay. These guys you've been fighting for like a million years. Here, just wail on them, just wreck them, just mess them up. It's kind of like the end of that's like the final Sephiroth fight in Final Fantasy VII, like the very end where you just beat the crap out of Sephiroth.
Yeah,
so satisfying.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I did think that the Brutals were a fun addition. It was nice to not have the Koopalings, I guess, as like these helper villains. Like I do like the Koopalings to a point, but they have been used in like every Mario game for like the last 5 years or something like that. I'm probably exaggerating, but
I remember when they were announced for New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and everyone was super excited.
Yeah, totally.
No one had seen them for 20 years.
Exactly.
Now everyone's just so sick of them.
It's like, why are they always the villains?
They liked it so much once, they'll do it again.
And again.
Do it again. And again. And again. Oh, hey, new Paper Mario game, only Koopalings. Only Koopalings. Woo! Best idea.
I think my biggest problem with the Brutals is that over the course of the game, you fight them each one 3 times.
Uh-huh.
I would have been better if they added 4 more unique Brutals instead, and then just increase the length of the boss rush. So that way, each time you fight a Brutal, it's a different Brutal.
I could see it.
That would actually that'd be pretty nice.
Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I feel like they were spaced out enough though.
Yeah, like in the main game.
Because they also go in they go in one order and then they go in reverse order right after that. So the Hick one, it's like Hick, I think, or it might be one in between.
Yeah, it is Hick.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of space between that
Well,
one.
doesn't Hick depend on which one you choose? Because you can choose the two different paths at some point. But yeah, you guys probably had him twice in a row.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with the different paths because one of them doesn't show up in the ice place, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, the ice place there is one.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought they replaced the boss with it. Oh, no, he's the mini boss. That's right.
Yeah, he's
There's no boss. There's a race instead.
Yeah.
It's a mini boss and then race. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the Hick. All right.
Well, anyway, I would like to have seen a couple of more just to spice up the boss fights because the boss fights basically function the same way the whole game. So having different ones, like having a total of 8 would have been cool. Isn't that the number of Koopalings there are? Or no, there are 7 Koopalings, right?
Yeah, 7 Koopalings and Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have
And
the
then
8 different
whatever
Bowser
they
Jr.
used it.
skins.
And then they had that one red one from New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
The guy that they took from Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah, the Koopaling intern.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hope I become a Koopaling one day.
And his sister.
Oh yeah. I found the Brutals to be yeah, like you guys were saying, refreshing break from the Koopalings. I don't know. I liked their battles, but they were pretty easy and pretty straightforward. And not to say that's a bad thing. They were fun when even though the easiest one was the Hick for me, I think that was my favorite one. Just slam it on his head. I just thought that was a lot of fun. Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know any of their names.
His name Hickman.
Billy Bob Thornton. No.
Now, if we're going to include the one with the chain chomp,
Yeah.
she'd be my favorite.
Yeah.
Her design is just bleeding with personality.
It's pretty hilarious.
Fat Pauline Rabbit.
And even though she also has repeat battle, which is extremely similar, but it does get harder because you put more of the hats on the chain chomp.
She's faster too.
I just did a search. Yeah, and I just did a search for the Brutals, just real quick. The Hick's name is Rango. And his official title as one of the Brutals for Rango is he's the bouncer.
Whoa.
Harriet's the girl, and she does pyrotechnics. Spewart is the one that spits out toxic, wouldn't you know? He's the entertainer, and Topper is the client relations. So and we've got Rango, Harriet, Spewart, and Topper. They're the names.
Interesting.
Topper got pretty difficult at the end. Just because of the sheer amount of hats that are on screen.
That's true.
When you fight him, it gets insane. Because every time you hit him, another hat falls down.
Yep.
And you can't bop him on the head until all the hats are gone. So he's got like 20 hats on his head.
Well, my favorite is on the Dark Side of the Moon. He has like the 20 hats and then just immediately goes down for a spin attack.
Yeah, and you're like, F. He's like, you better hit this guy really fast.
Or back up a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the Brutals are cool. Glad that they came in.
I am seriously sorry for all the people who missed the Koopalings in this game.
They just haven't played Mario the last 5 years.
Go back and play any Mario game in the past 5 years. You'll get your fill. Trust me.
I will say it was kind of odd seeing that there was no Bowser Jr., even though this is Bowser's wedding.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, yeah, this is a different place in the timeline, you see.
They kind of beat the Mama Peach thing to death in Sunshine, so I don't know.
This takes
But
place.
he is family to Bowser. Like, Bowser's only family. He should be at the wedding, no?
Yeah, I agree. He should have been.
Guys, it takes place before Sunshine.
Oh. Timelining,
guys.
in a Mario
You can't
game.
be Nintendo without a complicated timeline. Come on.
But and then you see Bowser's ex in the background with Bowser Jr. She took him there. Yeah, you know
that would be terrible.
You didn't tell our son about me.
I thought he'd figure it out eventually. I mean,
awkward.
Yeah. And where was Toadsworth at the wedding? Bowser should have at least kidnapped Toadsworth.
Toadsworth retired.
Yeah,
But this is
Toad's been
before
our time.
Sunshine. If you said,
Well,
you said
he's
this
just
is before
with
Sunshine.
her. That was because it's vacation. He's like, oh yeah, I can't say
we're
no to
already hitting
vacation.
time inconsistencies.
And then there's another issue in the timeline because Toadsworth is in Super Mario Galaxy, right? And Galaxy is where the
Is he?
Toad. I think he is. It might not be, but anyway.
I can't remember.
So Galaxy had to have taken place before this game because the Toads have all of their spaceships already.
Captain Toad is a thing. Oh my gosh! Oh my! Maybe
Going
yeah, but
too
it was just past Bowser Jr.'s bedtime. That's just what it was.
All right, okay.
You're copping
Bowser had to get it done
That's
fast
a cop
enough. Anyway, let's move on. I'd like to talk about our favorite kingdoms. Let's talk about the kingdoms and which ones were our favorites. I just want to say that my two favorite kingdoms, well, I guess I have three, but I'll just give two because I know one of the three is your guys' favorites, or at least one of your favorites. My two favorites are the Sand Kingdom. I just love the Mexican aesthetic. It's so awesome, and the music's great. It's so good. And I also love the Seaside Kingdom with the beach and the ocean. A lot of people think that the Mario levels the water levels in 3D Mario, like Galaxy and stuff, are really slow, and I agree. But I think that this one was done really well, especially because I could become a cheap and swim really fast and explore lots and lots of different things. And it was one of
So
the
you're talking
bigger
about the beach
areas.
one with the awesome capture target where you can fly all over the place.
Yes, exactly.
I spent so much time there.
Like, that was the one kingdom I spent the most time in before I went on to the next one to follow the story path.
Yeah.
Like, other kingdoms, I kind of just blew through them, whatever, getting just enough moons to move on, because I just wanted to get to the end of the story. But this one, I was like, yeah, I'm going to hang out here a while. The music's super chill. There's lots of awesome, fun stuff to do. It's a fun place. I really like it.
I'm just going to stop you real quick, David, because I like Seaside. The Seaside Kingdom is great, but I hate that volleyball game. I hate it.
Okay, I figured out how to do it and get 100 on it. Or beyond 100.
But
the easiest way to do it is you switch to co-op mode.
Cheating.
Have Mario stand off in the corner.
Cheating.
And just move Cappy around with the other controller.
Cheater.
I just want to let everyone know I didn't do that and still beat the minigame.
Okay,
Me too.
Okay.
I only did it when I got to 98 and failed, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sitting through
that's
this
frustrating.
again. So
That is
That
pretty
is so frustrating.
That's
Have
when
you
I
all
did
done
it.
the jump rope game? It was kind of like that. I think the jump rope game for me was a little bit harder until I realized you just bounce the beat.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
hey.
For me, it was the volleyball game was way tougher. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get into a rhythm, but when I finally did, it took me forever. But when I did, oh my gosh, I was so relieved. The jump roping, it took me a little bit, and 100 was hard, but I got it. I didn't go off the hey. I went off when the jump rope hits the ground, there's dust comes up, so I went off of that.
Oh.
And then I got into a rhythm, and that helped me.
People have also apparently figured out that if you get on the scooter, its jumps are way more consistent than Mario because they're exactly the same height every time, no matter how long you press the button.
Wow.
And it's just fast enough to jump on the jump rope, and you can get up to thousands if you really wanted to, if you just mash the button.
Yeah, have you seen some of those records? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Even for the volleyball one, I'm just like, what in the... How? Why?
Who likes this enough?
Who wanted to be number one so bad that they probably wasted 45 minutes just doing one rep of this?
Those Japanese people.
Anyway, those mini games are fun, and I just love Seaside Kingdom and
Japanese
Sand Kingdom.
college students.
I actually watched a guy streaming. He was doing the jump rope and got 1,105.
Holy.
Wow.
And then he went to check his records, and on his friends list, he wasn't even the top scorer.
Oh, jeez.
Savage.
That sucks. So
Thank
anyway,
you,
what
friends,
are...
for being just as good as I am at the jump rope.
Yeah, I kind of got to the point where I was like, I just want to get the moon. So
Yeah, me too.
I'm like, I don't want to sit here for another 10
There's no way I was
minutes.
going to get it.
There's a few challenges where I'll be going around and be like, that was what Skylar got. Gotta beat it.
All of the Koopa racing ones, I see some of your guys' scores. And I'm just like, gotta beat that one.
Oh, Well, that's all right. That's fine. That's interesting. I didn't care. I just wanted to beat the challenges.
Right.
So-
and,
so-
and you haven't touched the game in a while, so it's fine.
No, I haven't touched it since I finished it like a week and a
Right.
half ago.
So, but the challenges are fun. The leaderboards are really fun for these challenges. Really, really cool stuff. Anyway, those are my 2 favorite kingdoms. What about you guys? Which ones did you like the best?
I guess I'll go next. So my favorite out of all of them was Bowser's Castle.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Edo Kingdom.
Oh man.
The music was fantastic. The aesthetics are fantastic.
Holy cow.
It has the best capture target in the entire game, being that bird with the
Yeah.
The freaking ninja
Really
bird.
good.
It's so great. It's like that whole kingdom. I swear must have taken like an entire team just to make that one kingdom. Because holy crap. You saw like the banners and stuff, right? There's little hidden things if you look at them at different angles. Like the little Bowser logos. It's crazy. You can climb the war banners.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're
yeah.
physically there.
You can
They're
jump
not-
down on top of those Bowser statues and stuff. It's great.
It's insane. That you can just climb all over that world. It's so great.
I never would have expected this. Not ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what possessed them to make a feudal Japan style of Bowser Castle, but it just blows my mind that they decided to do it. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I mean, it was one of the few kingdoms that they actually kept secret. You know, they didn't show any gameplay of that kingdom, and so it was a surprise when we got there. I was like, I thought that we'd go to a Bowser's Kingdom, but I thought it would be very similar to like being inside Bowser's Castle and, like I said earlier, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. But this was something else, and it was fabulous, and I was so pleased when I got there.
So
Yeah, I was all like, "Whoa, another Bowser Lava World! Time to get going!" What?
psych.
I don't think there was that much lava in the level.
No, there was
there really
like
wasn't.
none. There was a koi pond.
And there was some poison. There was some insta-death poison.
Yeah, but there was like no lava in that world.
Yeah. Endless abysses, for sure. But
Well, that's something about this is it feels a lot more like Galaxy, this kingdom, than it does like Mario 64 Sunshine, which isn't a bad thing. Like in some aspects, it's kind of refreshing going from kingdom to kingdom, and then you get to this place where it does feel more like Galaxy when you have these small places, separate places. So I don't know. In that sense, it was refreshing. At the same time, I think it would have been really cool if they were all connecting and had stuff going on throughout the whole thing. But they compacted a lot of stuff into these small islands, I guess you could say. So, I mean, I was very much pleased with what we had.
Yeah, exploring that last area, there's tons of crap.
Right.
Like, like in the Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, that last area is what really like sold it
Huge.
for me. You know, like it. Like I was going through the previous ones, and it's like, yeah, this is really cool, and I like what's going on. But then when you get to the top of that gate or whatever, and the music starts playing, it's like, oh my goodness,
War banners. He's beckoning,
and everything
It's
is moving to the beat of the music. Like, and it's classic Japanese music, and oh my word, it's just, it's amazing. It really is.
Those Bowser statues were awesome.
Oh,
I
so
really
cool.
wish I took a picture of them before.
Thank
they
you for telling.
blew up.
So
I was like,
I was at that point, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they have a Raijin and Fujin Bowser statues there. He's like, take a picture of it before something happens. Like, okay, and they took a picture, and now they're gone. So
yeah,
they're just
they
so
were
cool looking.
gorgeous. You think about it, somebody put hours into making those statues, and then just
Oh man.
gone. You're like, dude, it took me forever to make that. Like the kid with the Legos in the corner finally finishes his Death Star. Other kid comes over, grabs it, chucks it on the floor, blows it up. That's exactly how it felt. I was like, man, I feel terrible. I mean,
yeah.
So wait, what were the painting slots for in the Bowser's Kingdom? Like, I was wandering, it's in the same area where you fight the Broodlings, and there's 2 empty paintings sitting there. Are you supposed to go there and fight the other broodlings if you hadn't already fought them or something, or
Empty paintings.
You mean like empty moons or what?
No, empty paintings.
Empty paintings.
Like, so they have the painting frames. You know how you can jump through the paintings to go to other worlds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the painting frames, but they have no content inside of them.
Oh, okay. So you should go back to, because I think there's only one of them in that area, and go back to it. I think now, because it'll take you to, I don't know. I forget where it takes you to, but I think when I found it at first, it was blank. I don't know why, but it was.
Oh, so it just takes us to another moon, probably then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If
So
I
I
remember
need to
right.
go back to that.
I think
then.
it may have been Shiveria, but I'm not positive.
So what happens if you don't fight the broodlings? Because you don't have to fight the broodlings to move on to Bowser's Castle. So if you didn't fight the Hick and Spewer the second time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All of the
knows?
speedrunners that I've watched play through the game have beaten the broodlings. It's faster than finding some of the moons to beat them. So I haven't seen anybody just not beat them. So I don't know. Be interesting to find out. And that's another cool thing about this game is you can literally just leave a kingdom if you don't want to play through the story part of it. Just like, yeah, whatever. I'm moving on. I have enough moons. Stay in ruin. Stay in trouble.
I beat the game before I finished the Metro Kingdom story part.
Oh, really?
Well, oh man, you skipped one of the best sequences.
Well, I went back and finished it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought searching for the musicians was really boring. So screw this.
Fair enough.
I'd found all the musicians before they even gave me that quest. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just go here, boom.
Oh, that's funny.
It's a cool,
Going just really quick, going back to the Bowser Kingdom. Do you guys remember when Super Mario Run was announced? I believe it was Super Mario Run, and Miyamoto was there in the audience or somewhere.
Yeah,
and he had that shirt. Do you remember what was on that shirt?
The Samurai Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
I remember at that time I was like, wait, is this a hint at what's coming up in the future? What is up with that shirt? Like, can I get that shirt? And now we know.
Miyamoto's got this stupid grin plastered on his face. They'll never get it. They'll never get this.
Never in my wildest imaginations would I have thought that Mario would be in a samurai outfit in an actual game. I thought that was just some cute thing he had on his shirt, or I guess cool. I don't know. Whatever. Insert adjective here that he just wanted to show off. But no, like I guess he just was so excited. Anyway, I thought that was really cool.
Super Mario Odyssey.
Well, yeah, it even has like the war banners from Bowser's Kingdom too, like the same basic design. They added different art to it, but yeah, it's the exact samurai outfit that you can get in the game. Anyway, who else hasn't given their favorite kingdom?
Well, I guess I have a couple of them. New Dank City. I mean, Donk City is
where I was born. Where I was born.
No, that's one of my favorite places. I love jumping around the buildings. Love exploring the big city. A lot of fun. Finding all the secret moons. Grabbing a freaking taxi with my hat and going off to a different area. Getting chased down by a Pilot Wings T-Rex.
Oh my gosh, that was so great.
That was so much fun. Like, New Donk City and the ending of that area was probably the best sequence in the game.
Oh yeah.
So
Like that whole Pauline was like perfectly voice synced. They added moves with her dancing. Absolutely fantastic. Great photo op. I did it with Dr. Mario's stethoscope and underwear. It was pretty funny. It was fantastic. New Donk City was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, New Donk City had like beyond the sequence with Pauline at the end, the huge celebration. It had like one of the few challenge rooms, I guess you could call them. It wasn't necessarily a challenge, but where you go inside a theater and boom, you can play the first level of the original Super Mario Bros. I jumped out of my chair. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Why'd they put this in this game?" And I kind of like walk around for a second, like, I can't believe it.
10 out of 10 out of 10. It's so great. And then my other favorite kingdom was the Ruined Kingdom.
Ruined Kingdom was really cool.
That kingdom hit me in the face. I didn't even see it coming. Freaking Bowser's chilling on top of this dragon.
Yeah.
You don't see each other.
It was kind of a letdown though, because it didn't.
I'm with Jordan.
Capitalize on that concept.
Sorry, not okay. So let down as in the kingdom itself was let. The dragon, no, not at all. That was not a letdown. That was amazing. That awesome.
Dragon blew me away.
It blew me away too. That was oh my gosh.
It slowly pans down from Bowser's feet. You see this giant head there. He's like, "Hey Mario, how are you gonna deal with this?" You're like, "I don't know."
Speaking about that, I didn't realize that. When I went to Bowser's Kingdom, or the next area, I was going to change my outfit, but I didn't realize this dragon was coming. So this whole cutscene, I'm in this clown outfit, and I ended up fighting the dragon in the clown outfit, not thinking I could change my outfit. So I'm just like, wow, this would be so cool if I was in a better outfit. Oh well.
I was wearing the American flag costume with a top hat.
America's slaying dragons, baby.
I was I was Uncle Sam or whatever he's called.
Well, basically the entire game, I was Luffy. You know, the straw hat.
You were what?
With the shirt. I was like, the way that they designed that straw hat looks a little bit like Luffy. So.
Oh, you were Luffy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I did that. I did that too. Well, not like. Yeah, I did that at one point.
I thought that too when I saw the straw hat.
I got the straw hat and the pirate.
It was a nod. It was a nod for sure.
It was a nod. Yeah.
I mean, you could say the Ruined Kingdom was like a huge disappointment, but like, how many moons you honestly going to find in a ruined kingdom?
Well, no, that's fine.
I
kind of wished it was bigger. You know, like
I do too.
That aesthetic would have been really cool, and I don't know, like
so D&D.
Yeah,
so great.
Yeah,
that was one of the most realistic
awesome.
dragons I've ever seen. Like, I mean, Skyrim aside, freaking like, holy crap, that dragon looks so real.
Oh man, it was so well
like,
made.
Bowser's kind of a dragon, right? No, this is a freaking dragon. Mario's fought cartoony dragons before, but nothing this realistic. I'll just say that.
So is the Ruined Kingdom ruined because the dragon killed everyone?
Dude, obviously the dragon just like killed everything, destroyed everyone. That's what it was. The dragon did it.
No, he's lonely.
Now he's
somebody to love.
Now he's tired.
Yeah, he's tired now. So tired.
Even though he's like gripping on and hanging over the edge, you'd think that he'd go rest somewhere.
Yeah, I was really spooked. Like, when I went back to the Ruined Kingdom, I'm like, he's just gonna get it back up, isn't he?
I know, right?
Okay, so real quick, I looked up the brochure for the kingdom because the map is a brochure and it's actually got some really cool details in it for the Ruined Kingdom. So the giant tower was once collecting energy from lightning in the thunderclouds, and some say that it was destroyed by repeated lightning strikes, but others note the unnatural shapes into which the tower crumbled and wonder if it fell into ruin for different reasons entirely. And then they also talk about those like stakes things, those swords. They're swords. They're thought to be left over from a large battle in the den, and one certainly feels a sense of intentionality the way they're struck straight down as if fallen from the sky. Some see them not as swords but nails or stakes. Perhaps the eyelets at the top allowed ropes or chains to anchor something, but it's impossible to say what. So maybe they had the dragon pinned down, or it was this huge fight. It's really cool how they left it open.
I mean, as far as boss battles go, I mean, that was one of the most amazing aesthetically pleasing. Like, that was just out of the park for Mario game. Sure, it would have been great
shocked by that wingspan.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sure, it would have been amazing to have it as its own kingdom, like a fleshed out one, but still at the same time, like, I mean, you get this sense of dread, and also like David was pointing out, those stakes in the ground. I don't know, like everything about it just seemed very I don't know, it was aesthetically pleasing for what they were going for. My favorite this is not my favorite, but I just want to talk about New Donk City because I think it's my second. I don't know. My second favorite is a tie between Bowser Kingdom and New Donk City. I just can't. They both have amazing music and style, and I really love them. I don't know. It's hard for me to say out of those two. But New Donk City, I think, is one of the funnest places just to run around and just goof off in. And it basically just everything that we love about Sunshine and Mario 64 happens in New Donk City. Mm-hmm. Pauline is amazing, is great. I'm glad they added her in there, and at first I wasn't quite sure like what to think about it, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty awesome. But my favorite kingdom would have to be the Wooded Kingdom, and yeah, there's a lot of reasons. One of them being the jam and soundtrack, like that theme is just
so good.
Gosh, it just kind of like makes my heart jump. I don't know what it is. It's like
that music actually drives me insane because there's a riff that sounds like it's leading into
Viva La Vida.
Bluebird.
Right?
No,
No?
Bluebird from Naruto.
Really?
oh really?
Yeah.
I always hear Viva La Vida from Coldplay.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's the dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And it's like it's Naruto.
Oh gosh, it's a perfect blend of of nature and electronic coming together in a sense. In my mind, I don't know,
Gorgeous.
It's so beautiful, and the 8-bit version is just as amazing. That was the first time when I went to an 8-bit world and heard the theme that I was just kind of blown away by it. I was like, whoa!
It felt ripped right out of a NES game.
It really did.
That one in particular did.
I don't know why, but it's just that amazing.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I love the little robot guys. They're so unique to the whole thing, and I don't know. I really like them, and for a while I don't know. I was trying to figure out like where some of these moons were. I couldn't find them, and then I ended up falling off the edge, and then I get into the deep woods, and that freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole nother area here. I don't have my map. I don't know what's going on. And the dinosaur. There's a freaking dinosaur. Oh gosh.
Speaking about like those little electronic things in the Seaside Kingdom, when you go back after you beat the game, you can go to the little pool, like the hot tub or the hot spring, and you can look and you see one down there. He's like tipped, and he's like it hurts so good or whatever.
Almost like it's like, worth it or something like that.
It's totally worth it. He's like rusted over and like dead down in this hole. He's like,
So after I found the Deep Kingdom, or the Deep Forest Kingdom, or whatever it is, I was like, I wonder if they have other areas like that. So with every single world, I've gone around the perimeter, throwing myself off.
Yeah, it's just so odd. Like, why the Wooded Kingdom? Why just this one? I mean, it was great, but I don't know. I kind of was expecting to see it more in the other kingdoms, but I guess not. Kind of like maybe we get like the gutters of New Donk City, but I guess we kind of got that with the power plant, in a sense. So, and maybe every or most every kingdom had something like that. I guess maybe. I don't know. I can't think of Seaside's kingdom, but anywho, the Wooded Kingdom also had my favorite boss battle. I just loved the way it looked and how it was kind of like this UFO flower thing, and then how you had to beat it with the uproot or the I am Groot, and it I don't know. That capture as well is one of my favorites. Just how adorable it is, and just all the just how it can take you up to new heights.
You could be an onion.
Yeah. So just some of my favorite moons are there too. So a lot of good memories from the Wooded Kingdom.
Everybody, it's your friend David hopping in the middle of the episode like I normally do. I'm just hoping that you're enjoying our Super Mario Odyssey discussion. We had a lot of fun recording this episode as usual, and I'd like to thank you for listening. If you'd like to help support the show, please be sure to check out our Patreon page. I know we talk about it at the beginning and at the end of the episode, but it's a really easy way to help show your support for the show. Just, giving up that one Big Mac or something a month and just sending it our way would greatly be appreciated. We'd definitely appreciate any support that you'd be willing to give. We'd also like to ask you to check out our Facebook page and our Twitter accounts. You can get all of the show updates there, as well as news and opinions and more, which are also found on our website at nintensity.com. I don't really have anything else to talk about during this break, but thank you so much for listening. It really does mean a lot that you're listening and that you're sharing the show. We've been doing this for just over 2 years now, and we really love the support that you've all given us. Anyway, I'll let you get back to the Super Mario Odyssey discussion, and we'll talk next week. Thanks. Well, we've been talking quite a bit about Mario Odyssey, and we've got a couple of other things to talk about. How about we move into some final thoughts before we wrap things up? I know Jordan hasn't given a score for the game yet. We gave our scores last week. Real quick, I'll just remind you, my score was a 10 out of 10. James, yours was?
I'm pretty sure it's 10 out of 10.
And Skylar?
80. I thought 10 out of 10.
80 out of 10? All right, perfect. Anyway.
Only an 80.
No, so,
Wow, I'm surprised Skyler was so critical.
no, it was at the point that I saw the Black Dragon, like instant 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Game's
Anyway,
amazing.
so Jordan, what would you rate the game?
Well, should I give my thoughts first?
Yeah, give us your thoughts. Give us your review. Yes.
Give us the
All
goods.
right. So this game delivered on almost everything I wanted out of a Mario game. I'll just say it straight up. It changed the formula in the way I've been begging for Mario games to change since Banjo-Tooie came out. And that is to put the moons in, like, make it so it's open. So you get one moon and it doesn't reset the world. And so you can just keep, like, chaining all these moons. That was phenomenal. It's great. I think they overdid it a little bit by putting some of the moons in just way too easy to get to locations.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta let the average. Some
average Joes over here.
So
I think that's a little low of a bar even for the average Joe, though.
They underestimate my power.
See, they want them to beat the game, not necessarily complete it. Is the thing.
All right.
So.
I don't know. I think the game it would have been fine enough if they were to at least make them so you have to do a triple jump to get them in those spots. Like,
what's a triple jump? I've been watching a guy play it at my apartment the past week, and he was kind of struggling. But
oh, really?
Yeah, like with the basic stuff. But I mean,
oh, really? Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
not everyone has a lot of experience with it, but they still having fun, right?
I guess I've been playing Mario since longer than I can really remember. So
yeah,
maybe I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. But it was fun. It was creative. They tried a lot of new things. You get to play as a dinosaur.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the kingdoms are really sweet. I don't think there's any kingdom I dislike. There's definitely kingdoms I like more than others. I love how they do the purple coin searching. I love costumes. Everyone who knows me as a player knows that I try to max out my wardrobes. I bought every single item of clothing in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So
wow.
And with Breath of the Wild, I've been working on maxing out my clothing by getting every single color of every single set of armor. And then I just run around naked, which I kind of did at this one too. So I like collecting the clothes. I like having them. I just don't like wearing them.
That's a really nice tuxedo. I'm a naked.
That also translates into real life, but
Wow.
Well.
I love how open it is, how you can choose your own path. Like I said, I didn't even finish the Metro Kingdom before beating the game. There's plenty of moons. It would be a crime to give this game anything less than a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, you heard it here first, folks. We scored the game better than Famitsu magazine. That's 4 perfect 10s.
Famitsu lost all credibility.
Yeah.
Did you see what they reviewed Sonic Forces?
They gave Sonic Forces a higher score than Sonic Mania. I can't trust Japan anymore. I can't. I can't do it.
That was very low for them. You know, I remember back in the day, it was like, oh man, it was so hard to get a 40 for Famitsu. They're hardcore when it comes to ratings. Oh man, I don't know.
They're sellouts. And I guarantee they take money from big publishers for games.
I hope not.
There's no way. There's no other way that they would rate Other M and Sonic Forces and Sonic 06 as high as they do.
Maybe they're just like those stories. I don't know.
Anyway,
Sega's just behind this. We'll give you a couple, extra grand if you make our Sonic game look a little bit better than Sludge.
Real quick, Jordan mentioned like least favorite kingdom. I have to just say what mine is. It's Lost Kingdom. I think that's my least favorite one. It's not terrible.
Why does everyone say
it's
that?
Not terrible.
I love Lost Kingdom.
No.
That's like the fourth time I've heard that. No. Most people don't like it. It seems that one's up there.
I was enchanted with that game. When you drops you there and you see all the Yoshi's Island trees.
Yep.
I was like, oh, it's Yoshi's Island. This is great.
I love the Wigglers.
The Wigglers are
great,
so but fun. I don't know. I hate that bird. I hate it with a burning passion. And I don't know. Like I just don't like how it's laid out. I'm just not a fan of it. Yeah, but. I guess it's me. But, I mean, right. It's not terrible. Okay.
It's fine. It's one of my favorites. It's not as high as Luncheon or Bowser's Kingdom for me.
Luncheon. Yeah. You know what? I hear more people hating on Luncheon Kingdom than the Lost Kingdom.
Mount
really?
Yeah.
Mount Volbone.
I like the Luncheon Kingdom. I like it a lot.
It can be a fork.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just so upset that they couldn't eat anything.
Yeah, Mario doesn't eat anything in the game. What the heck?
You just go there and you're like, I'm so hungry. It's food. Oh man, why is the stew white? I'm just anyway.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give my final thoughts on the game, and it can be summed up in a few words. I am now incredibly excited for Super Mario Odyssey 2. I can't wait to see where they take it from here. It's like the whole Breath of the Wild thing where it's like, they're perfect games, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, but like there are just some things that they could have gone a little bit farther, and they probably will in the future, that it's like, I can't wait to see where they go next with this whole thing. They definitely changed up the formula. It's everything I've wanted in a Mario game too for the longest time. It's fabulous. I love the game to death, but now I'm excited to see what they do next. So
perhaps those
are my final thoughts.
The hype for me, but I feel like Breath of the Wild has more to work on, or more to improve upon than, say, Odyssey. Not to say that Odyssey is perfect, but I feel like Odyssey did a lot of things that are just amazing in themselves, and they executed very well. Whereas Zelda has things that executed very well as well, but there's something that, well, let's improve upon this in the next Zelda game or something like that.
Goth dungeons.
Yeah. Dungeon story.
Dungeons.
Maybe more enemies, different kind of enemies. That'd be great. But the combat is amazing, and the ruins were a lot of fun. The exploration was great. So there's a lot of things that they just did perfectly. But there just needs to be more. But Odyssey doesn't have as much as that. In fact, I agree with David. Like having a Super Mario Odyssey 2 would work really well, because you have a great formula here. So why not go back into these kingdoms and visit new areas? You know how they're called the Metro Kingdom and the Seaside Kingdom and everything like that? Maybe there's other places in these kingdoms, and they just, they're just separated from the regular areas. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be a cool Super Mario Odyssey 2, something like that.
I guess I'll reiterate what I said last time. I said a few months ago that Zelda was the best game of all time. I think this is now the best game of all time. For probably the same reasons that James is talking about. I'm really looking forward to Odyssey 2. With Galaxy, I really liked Galaxy 1. I didn't know I wanted a Galaxy 2 until I got a Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
But after this game, I want an Odyssey 2. I definitely want an Odyssey 2. And I would like Zelda as well. I want another one. I like this Nintendo like going back and forth and just like one-upping themselves. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
So maybe the next Zelda game is going to be better than this Mario game. And the next Mario game after that will be better. I mean, heck, maybe even like Metroid will be better than I don't know.
Whoa.
But I have never played a game that has felt so good, and all of the transformations play exactly how they should. Even if they frustrate you, they feel like they should. So,
well, you heard it here, folks. We enjoyed the game. Absolutely fabulous. That's 4 10 out of 10s from us. Wonderful game. So now we have to move on to our next topic, which is some of the games that we've been playing lately this week. I'd like to start with Jordan because he's played through a pretty hefty game, I'd say.
Yeah, so Bethesda was nice enough to give us a copy of Doom for the Nintendo Switch. Ooh. So I was able to play through that, and it's a blast. It is just a complete roller coaster where as soon as the game starts, you already have demons lunging at you and trying to murder you.
Yes!
And so it's just great. If you want to kill demons, this is the game.
Dude.
It starts off with a bang and just keeps on running. There are some slow parts where because the worlds do open up for allowing you to walk around them and explore. The levels themselves are pretty linear in sequence, it does feel kind of reminiscent of Metroid Prime at times, which I believe makes sense since I can't really remember, but I do remember hearing that a lot of the ex-Metroid Prime developers did work on Doom. Yeah, cool. And you can see that there's a lot of similarities between Doom and the original Metroid Prime. There's a couple demons that have this exact same movement patterns, even from enemies from the Metroid Prime series.
That's awesome.
Fantastic game. It's locked at, well, it's not locked. It has dynamic resolution, but it's at 720p. So it is not as powerful as any other system that Doom has been released on. But for what the Switch is, it's pretty impressive what you're getting, especially since how large the world or the levels of Doom are, and there's no load screens between rooms. The whole world is available immediately.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Or the whole levels are open immediately, and it just floods rooms with demons. So many demons. So it has a lot to keep track of, and so the resolution kind of had to take a bit of a suffer, especially since they wanted to keep it locked at 30 frames per second.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to this when it comes in the mail tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It's a blast. One of the best shooters I've played in years, easily, hands down.
Cool.
I did have some issues with the sound. We heard back from Bethesda that they're going to look into it. So hopefully they put out a patch for it. But what I did have was I would get a loud, obnoxious tone, sort of like when the tone that is made whenever a missing person is being reported or something, or some sort of emergency.
Yeah.
Just like one of those tones just gets like it was thrown at me like 4 times throughout the game.
That's terrible.
Haphazardly. 3 of those, or it happened once, and then 2 of those times are my fault because I was obsessed with trying to trigger it again, trying to figure out how or what happened, and I kind of figured it out, but and then it happened again haphazardly. So I guess technically it only happened twice to me, unintentionally. And then there were also 2 moments where the speakers cut out entirely. So hopefully, I don't know. I hope they figure this out. I've been reading through a lot of reviews, and most people didn't have the issue. So it might just be me. I'm pretty unlucky when it comes to bugs with games, if you haven't noticed from these podcasts.
I think Nintendo World Report had the same problem you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I read a different review. It wasn't Nintendo World Report, but they said they had a problem like that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not uncommon.
It's not just you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a little unfortunate, but I imagine they can patch it out. Yeah, game's great. Game is a lot of fun. I put the review out already on our website at nintendcity.com, and you can check it there if you want to see more detailed thoughts.
Mm-hmm. It's a really well-written review.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. And you gave it an 8.2 on the website. So
yes, I gave it an 8.2 with the caveat that if they patch it, it'll probably go up a bit.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Maybe not too much, but it will go up.
All I gotta say is all that special effects is not my jam.
All the gore and stuff.
Yeah, but you know,
blood pinatas.
Oh my gosh! When you said that in your review, Jordan, I kind of lost it. I think it was in my office when that happened. I was like,
he's like retching.
Oh, I'm so glad my the kind of like office mate isn't too nosy. So otherwise, that would have been awkward.
So I do want to get in a little bit about what differentiates Doom from most modern FPSs today. After Gears of War happened, every FPS since then has been moving towards this like cover shooter sort of thing. And that's fine. It's fun. It's just nice to be able to take a break from that. And Doom is more reminiscent of the old Dooms where you're just running the whole time. The best tactic is to never stop moving, because the enemy shots, you can physically see them, so you can dodge things. And so it always be moving, always be dodging. There's no safe space to just sort of camp and hide and shoot things. So running around shotgunning things is a really great tactic.
Sounds like my kind of game.
Well, it sounds like Metroid Prime. It really does.
And then on top of that, so whenever you kill an enemy, sometimes they'll drop health or ammo. But if you kill them with a melee attack, it'll do like a special glory kill thing, and it'll give you lots of health and ammo. So the whole goal, your main objective is to get in close to these enemies, shooting them so that they get low on health, and then smash their face in with your fists.
Wow. Yeah,
and so
I don't know.
That just adds to the action packed of the game. It's a really fast ride, especially since Doom Guy runs really fast compared to most shooter characters.
I love how they didn't even bother giving him a name. He's still Doom Guy. It's so great.
I'm just glad we have a game like this on the Switch. It just appeals to a different kind of audience that, say, I don't know, Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Odyssey, that doesn't, they don't really like those kind of games. But the FPS bloody shooter, like Doom, that's a whole another audience.
Just go check my review at nintendcity.com. I get a bit more into it.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say what I've been playing this week then. Moving on. I've been playing a lot of Odyssey still, trying to collect all the moons and stuff. We talked about that for almost an hour, so I won't go into that one. I've also been playing Chess Ultra. This is a chess game, which is pretty straightforward. It's basically like playing chess on your Switch with really pretty, beautiful, lovely graphics. I've been playing chess for a very long time. It was one of the first board games my dad actually taught me to play. So it was really, really exciting to get, a chess game on the Switch, especially since it comes with quite a few tutorials and different challenge modes and such, and online play. It's a nice nice thing to play with. I will say that I've had some issues with the gameplay. There was one point where I was playing a match against a computer, and I had to place what's the word? One of my knights. I had to move one of my knights out of the way. I was put into check by the opposing guy, and I couldn't move the knight, and I know how to play chess, so I know that I could have moved the knight to get in the way and remove the piece that was in check, but it wouldn't let me, so instead I had to move a different piece, and it made me lose the game. They captured the piece that I used to block instead of capturing the opposing piece, and I lost the game because then they immediately captured it, and I was put into checkmate. So it was really frustrating. Also, the visuals are pretty bad in handheld just because they add a lot of like shading effects and really shiny pieces and stuff. I don't know why they couldn't have like zoomed in or dropped a whole bunch of the background textures or something on handheld. It would have made distinguishing pieces a lot easier. I had a hard time distinguishing between my king and queen when I was in handheld, and between my knights and my rooks, and that's not something that should happen in chess. I had to like literally hover over it to see what their movement capabilities were, so I could tell what piece it was. So that was a little frustrating. But that's just in handheld. The game is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful on the TV. It works just fine. Lots of really cool things. But if you're going to play offline away from your internet connection, also be careful because it will constantly nag you for an internet connection to update your skill score. I go into much more depth with this in the review, which is currently in editing and should be out by the time this episode goes live. So if you want to read more, you can check that out. And Chess Ultra was provided by Ripstone for the purposes of the review. So I'd like to thank them.
I have a little funny personal story about chess. So I was made the president of the chess club in my high school.
Yeah.
Unwillingly. I had no intention to become president. I just showed up one day because I wanted to play chess, and then they're like, "Oh, you're charismatic. You become the president." I'm like, what? No. So,
did you run it to the ground?
I am the one responsible for killing the chess club at my old high school.
When you said that, it kind of sounded like the Captain Goomba arrangement in Superstar Saga, the new one on the 3DS. He just kind of show up, so like no one wants to be leader, so they just make him leader.
Well, so it was my responsibility to figure out how we wanted to advertise for the club so that we'd get more members for future years. And I was just like, I don't want to do that. And so a lot of people are angry at me. Well, they were angry back in high school because the club did die.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
that's kind of
I'm not sure what I reviewed the game as. I haven't really given it a full score yet, but it was good. It's good. Just if they fix those problems, it'll be a lot better. The offline notifications are really obnoxious. You're not error connecting to the internet. Would you like to connect? Like literally every time I would try to play through something, it would just come up. Anyway, but it's a wonderful game. If you like playing chess, you should grab it. It's pretty cheap. It's a good game. So anyway, that's what I've been up to. Skylar, what have you been up to?
Speaking of games that need to be fixed, shoot. I've been playing Sanic Forces, also subtitled Sanic, My OC, and Knuckles.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. What the heck, Sega? You can't even outdo your fans at making a Sonic game. I am so upset. I had hopes for this, that it would be half decent. I don't know why. The signs were all there. They weren't giving out review copies. You know, they weren't talking about this game at all. They just kind of like, it was $40. They just kind of like threw it out there, you know.
Yeah. Since when are AAA games $40? Like, I understand, you don't make it too expensive for your game, but why is this game like so poorly made and so short that's only $40?
It's 3 hours long.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step into your review.
No. I'm in accordance, man. Like you said, it's short. It's 3 hours long. This game is a travesty. It's like, you know, Sonic Mania started heading back in the right way, and then Sonic Forces comes out and be like, you want to be OC? Jim the Bird is canon. Cold Steel the Hedgehog is a thing. Or as George wants to say, his character Donut Steel.
Yeah. I'm really upset because my roommate stole my Donut Steel.
But the thing, you can't name your character.
Oh.
You can't name your character. That really pissed me off. So in Spirits, it's named Donut Steel. And then my roommate copied it as a joke to steal my Do Not Steal.
How do you get the character creation thing, semi-decent? It still looks like garbage, and I hate all the options. But you don't get to name your character? It's like every furry's dream. Like, how in the world do you not get to name your OC? That makes no sense to me.
That's like a disservice.
It is a disservice. Like, yeah, sure, you spent all this time making a character, you freaking name him, you jerks. Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's like the Sonic team's just like, man, we don't have enough time to program the 16 lines of code for the. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just like,
16. That's one.
I'm just like hacking away at a laptop. Anyway, and for some reason, every playstyle plays worse than Generations. Like, I don't understand. You just needed to copy the engine, right? Like, I don't understand necessarily.
Copy the engine and put in some competent level design.
Yeah, like what? The Boost Sonic levels are short, and you die a lot because of your boosting. Like, they're cramped levels. Like, the boost levels were supposed to be super long, and you were able to boost and speed through most of it. Now you just
It's also
die.
funny with how short these are or whatever, and then you die randomly because of glitches or because it's not very well designed, and then you still get an S at the end of the level.
Exactly.
There was
like,
times it was like, how, what? Like,
Sonic Generations don't give you an S for dying.
I've been actively trying to get a C on some levels just to see if it's possible.
oh, it is.
You let the
man.
timer go all the way up to like 40 minutes. Have you done that yet?
Oh, it's possible to get a C. Trust me.
I mean, the latest.
Is it?
There's one level at the end that's Classic Sonic. I've been getting S's on all the other Classic Sonic stages. This Classic Sonic stage, so broken. You die so many freaking times. The game gives you a C. It's just for all the straight up glitches and glitch deaths. It was horrible. And the Classic Sonic segments were probably the most fun. Which, I mean, it probably says a lot about Sonic, but it's probably the most fun I had with the game.
The problem is the classic Sonic segments don't feel as fun as Sonic Mania.
No, they don't.
Right,
which just came out.
You're in the back of your head, you're like, I could be playing Mania right now.
Yeah,
Why am I playing this?
It's very true. Very true.
But Classic Sonic just feels clunkier than Generations. I don't know how they did that. The music is awful. I hate this soundtrack. I listened to the whole thing without the game. Not a single track in there did I enjoy.
That's terrible.
I don't like this game's sound design. Their sound team needs to be fired, reorganized. I don't know. What happened to Crush 40? What happened to Cash Cash? Like, I don't understand. How Sega was known for they had bad games, sure, but the one thing you could count on was a decent soundtrack. And I can't even count on that here.
Decent. They were always phenomenal.
Well, yeah. I would just play the game just to listen to the soundtrack. I don't want to play this game for the soundtrack. I don't want to play it for the gameplay. What do I want to play this game for? Making an OC? Like
an OC you can't name.
An OC you can't name that's apparently friends with Sonic. You don't play as any other character either. It's like Sonic acts like this OC is the whole world. Like, this one OC character is just the best thing ever. Knuckles never existed. Shadow never existed. Like, I don't know. You never even fight Chaos. And he's in the intro video.
Wow.
What? Why?
Wait, you don't fight Chaos?
Never.
I haven't finished the game yet. I played a few levels and I was like, what the crap?
Oh, well, then you're almost done anyway. So, Sega, this is not okay. If they gave this game another year of bug testing, it would be decent.
I don't know. They have to drop the OC levels. I'm surprised. Have we gotten a Sonic game where it's just like Boost Sonic levels, for like 6 hours worth, 10 hours
Sonic
worth.
Colors?
And that was good, and that was well received. So why don't they do that more?
Because they keep trying to go in way over their heads and make crappy extraneous level design and physics. They can't even get Sonic right, and yet they move on to others.
It's interesting because this game, it just feels like so many half-assed ideas are thrown into a pot.
Yeah.
Why is classic Sonic here? Why is the original character Sonic here? Why can't we just have a Sonic game that's about like Sonic? Like, keep the story about Eggman taking over the world and then you have to like beat him back. Like, sure, that's fine. But make a Sonic game be a Sonic game.
Yeah.
I agree.
The reason why original Sonic is there is because of Mania. If you've played the end of Mania and got the secret ending, you know why classic Sonic's there.
That's not a good enough reason
they wanted to sell a game, okay? They wanted to sell their game, and
that's part of the problem, though. They didn't want to sell the game based on like the game being actually good. They wanted to sell the game by pandering, saying, "Oh, remember all these villains from good games, except for Zavik? They're in here."
It's Zavik's the only legit boss fight.
Yeah, it's true.
Why?
He's the worst one.
Nobody liked Zavik.
It glitched out on me when I fought Zavik for the first time.
It glitched out on me too.
It wouldn't let me home in on him for an attack.
Yeah.
I ran around for like 10 minutes. Like, what the crap? What am I supposed to do? And so I like reset the battle, and then it'll let me actually deal damage. I was like, what? Did anyone try this game?
The amount of cutscene gameplay in this game is atrocious. Like, it's basically hold right, and then you hit cutscene, and then you hit A, like 3 times. Sega, you need to get your act together. Like, I don't know.
So Sonic Team, or maybe it was just Sega, but one of them was streaming the game on the day of release, and they were like making references that it feels like Sonic 06 to them.
Really?
Even Sonic Team is like crapping on the game.
Oh no.
Why did we do this?
Still better than Sonic 06.
It is better than Sonic 06, but
I don't know about that.
No,
so while Sonic 06 is a buggy-ridden mess, at least it had heart to it. At least they tried.
Wait,
this game? It just feels like so stitched together and lifeless.
It's still not loading screen the game, George. Sorry.
Yes, sure. I blocked that part out of my memory.
I mean, it's pretty easy to block that out.
And also how hyped up Sonic 06 was. It was way more hyped up than Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Because that was back when Sonic was mediocre at worst.
Yeah. It's true.
So I posted a review of this on the website, or we're posting it soon or something.
Yeah, it'll be up tomorrow.
Yeah, I gave it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Yikes.
Game is.
You're being really kind for it.
I mean, there are decent art assets, I guess. I gave the music a terrible score. Not a fan. I'm really disappointed in Sega. And then I guess the other game I've been playing this week is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. If you like Dragon Ball, it's the ultimate fan service for any Dragon Ball fan.
Oh, cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I've been thinking of getting it. At the same time, like, I'm kind of holding out for Dragon Ball Fighter Z or whatever that one.
Has that been
No, it's
Switch
not.
yet?
It's not. I shouldn't be hoping for it, but I am. So, and maybe like in a year or so, if they haven't announced it, I'll pick up Xenoverse. But I guess for now, I'm just gonna wait. For me, what I've been doing is obviously trying to 100% Mario. I think I'm right in the same area as David. I've gotten out all the moons except for the dark side of the moon and darker side of the moon. And then today I just played Sonic Forces. I wish I would have used my time a little bit better, but I won't go into as much. Because Skylar obviously gave a wonderful review for us. You should read it. But for me, I actually find this game enjoyable at times. Like not like good, or maybe I find it okay at times. But then there are just moments where this is just so terrible. This is so terribly designed that it makes you wonder what were they thinking? Why didn't they try to put more effort into this? And you mentioned how 2D Sonic is the best gameplay. I argue that because I feel like Sonic Mania is a lot more fun, I argue that 2D Sonic actually kind of hinders the game. And
yeah, I agree with that.
And I feel like they should have just focused on the boost mechanic of
they
modern
really
Sonic.
should have. I agree with that.
Now,
they should have, yes.
Now, I understand that they had the OC character and everything, and they tried to mix it up. the OC character it was a mistake. Like how the gameplay works is just terrible. I like the idea behind creating your own character. That's kind of, it's kind of funny. There was a lot of cringy moments when I made my character, and in some of the equipment you get as the game goes on, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, this is just like gag me with a spoon kind of a feel here. Like
the sports bra or the trading bra one. Yeah.
Well,
that one.
There's one where the hat says gamer on it.
Oh,
oh my gosh! I'm just like, oh, what?
It's like they got you pinned, bro.
Oh man, the only thing they were missing is a fedora. Like if they had a fedora, that would have been perfect.
I like the green bodysuit.
Oh my gosh.
You too? I did that. I definitely did green bodysuit.
At some point,
I couldn't stand it. Sorry, keep going.
Oh no! At one point, I was just like, you know what? Forget it. I just put on the most like anime cheesy things. I got like these freaking spiky sunglasses thing that looked like from Gurren Lagann.
Oh,
I got like this like white mask. I even had a point had like a bandana with like the teeth on it, or something like that. Oddly enough, it kind of became fun, kind of making my characters cringy as I could possibly do it. Galaxy is his name, by the way.
Galaxy the what? Galaxy the cat. What? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think like having the OC, like having that customizable character, wasn't necessarily a bad idea, but the whole gameplay was just terribly executed, and I don't know, like. I honestly don't know what you would do for an OC character. I mean, I don't know. I think they could have have the OC character, but just have different gameplay from what Sonic does entirely. And that would have been interesting to see. And maybe they would have messed it up, but I would have been at least willing to give it a try. Kind of like how Knuckles and Rouge have their own thing in Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure 2 and then Sonic Adventure for Knuckles, and how Tails and Dr. Robotnik have their levels. Try something else for the OC character instead of just basically on rails running.
I don't know.
I don't know. That fire weapon is OP as crap.
I hated it.
You one shot everything.
I'm just remembering flashbacks of Sonic Unleashed with the werewolf. We don't need other gameplay modes in our Sonic games.
I will argue that Sonic Unleashed, like that part, is better than this OC character.
Yes.
See, Skylar agrees with me.
The Unleashed.
Really?
Yes, I went back and played Unleashed like last year, without the whole connotation that I wish the whole thing was a Sonic game, and it's a half decent God of War clone. It's all right. It's all right. What I am mainly frustrated, I want what they did with Sonic Mania and have just the Sonic gameplay, but I give you options to play as Knuckles and Tails in those segments. Not necessarily new gameplay styles for them. I just want to play as my favorite characters. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
I guess that's fine. That to me, like, I feel like that's, I don't know, pretty basic and not hard to do. So I guess, yeah, why not do it? But I really like what they had with Sonic Adventure. I kind of want to see that again. I don't mind looking for crystals. I don't mind shooting it up with the mech. Like, that's kind of cool.
Big the Cat Adventures.
Oh, yeah, baby. Give me some of the... Froggy?
Big the Cat's not even in Forces.
Neither is, what's her name? Blaze. Blaze is not there either.
Cream the Rabbit is also not there.
Yeah, what the heck? Anyway, one other thing I'll mention, and then we can end it, is that while I feel like they should have... It just should have been completely modern Sonic levels. I feel like that I was playing a little more fleshed out Sonic Dash. That because of how little control I had over my character and how, maybe on rails the right word, where I could really only move between 3 or 4 points on the road that I'm running on, like I wasn't really interacting. I mean, I pressed a button from time to time, but I don't know. I feel like I wasn't very engaged in it. I don't know. Like, it just didn't feel the same as previous 3D games.
Yep, interactive movie, the Sonic game.
Exactly. And like you said, there's so many cinematic elements that it's just like, oh wow, hey look, I'm doing a cool thing. That's cool. Can I play
Sonic
now?
got eaten by Snack. Sonic snack. Oh no, Snack.
that was pretty random. So yeah, I'm upset that they failed to, create a good game here, especially since they kind of hyped it up as a game that would bring 3D Sonic back, or make it good. I guess in some cases people thought 3D Sonic was never good, but that's not what they did here. And if it were me, you just have a game where it's modern Sonic, Boost Sonic controls freely, with obviously longer levels and better level design. But hey, I guess that's asking too much.
Indeed.
My favorite part about Sonic Forces is in the very first level, there is a question mark that teaches you press B to jump. And it's on a platform that you have to jump to.
Level design at its finest.
How do you mess that up? I can't tell if it's Sega being incompetent or trying to be funny.
Yes.
I don't know. And what's so sad is they, one of the bright spots of this game is the voice acting. Oddly enough, like they
switched languages.
What, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. What was it like in Japanese?
I did it in French, actually.
Oh, we did in French. Oh, what was it like in French?
It was awesome. And Mason played it in Spanish.
Oh, that's
also
pretty cool.
Awesome. I think they're actually both better than the English one.
Really? Well, I mean, I don't know because I didn't listen to him, but
it's kind of weird. But yeah.
Okay, so I actually like these English voices, like Sonic and Dr. Robotnik and all of them, even Knuckles. And Knuckles sounds a lot smarter, by the way. Same guy, I think, but at least he's not stupid. But the voice acting is great. Like, I'm really in my mind, I was really surprised. That mean the writing is another thing, but I wasn't.
The writing is really bad.
I was really shocked by SBL's voice because I wasn't expecting it because it's so different from what I remember him being.
That's true. The one person that I hated was Silver, and I just can't stand Silver.
Mr. High Five Face himself.
I hate Silver just because he's from Sonic.
Hey, that's
06.
fair.
I don't know why
his voice doesn't help his case at all. Sorry, dude. I don't know who you are, but
Silver, go to your room.
Go to your room. Oh. Sorry, David. I just had one other thing I wanted to say there.
That's okay. Well, that's going to do it this week for us, folks. Thank you so much for listening to our spoiler cast of Super Mario Odyssey. We really appreciate it. Just want to say thanks again. Your support means a ton.
Yeah, and I'd also like to give out a warm and highly regarded. I don't know what I was going with there. I meant to say shout out, but I said give out instead. So,
Whoa.
Epic burn and fail there. But hey, that Skylar guy who's on our podcast? Yeah, guess what? He listens to music and he also writes music. Yeah, you should go to his SoundCloud and listen to some of them. I bet he'll have a rolling around at the speed of sound kind of cover on there.
Yes.
So you should go listen to that.
With the unfortunate voice talent of myself.
Hey, no, it's pretty fun to listen to. Kind of a techno vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's based off the Sonic Generations version.
Oh, okay.
Of the classic Sonic stage from Sonic Generations.
Nice. Okay.
But I added the verse that they added into the modern Sonic stage.
Ah.
In which I liked both designs, so I kind of meshed them.
Cool. You should check it out.
And I'd like to shout out to our patrons, Chris, Chase, and Ratmvp. Your support means a ton. If you want to join them, go to patreon.com/NintenCity. Remember, the episodes go up early as a reward for those that support us.
And I'd like to invite you to join our Discord community. We're trying to set up a fun place for people to visit and hang out. Head to nintendo.city/discord to join us today.
And thanks for tuning into the Virtual Boys podcast this week. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us on iTunes. I'd also like to remind you to check out our website at nintendcity.com, where you can find news, show notes, and so much more, like those reviews that we mentioned earlier. This week's show notes are available at nintend.city/EP76. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye!
See ya.
Goodbye, you good people.